Hello, welcome to today's happiness practice. Today, I would like to talk about replay. Um, Replay is basically a form of visualization, um, or as I like to call it, in visualization, because for me, it's about what you feel as well as the visual. And for me, visualization often happens out. So, in visualization helps remind me to visualize it as if I am an active participant, as if things are happening around me. And two parts of in visualization are the replay and the pre-play. Um, so pre-play would be visualizing, feeling, acting out, going through an event before it happens. Um, and feeling how you would feel, feeling how I would react, and propelling the feeling of how I want it to be. Um, Whether it's a job interview or driving to a place in any kind of weather. Driving is a good example, just in visualizing, doing a nice, easy trip and the feeling of arriving there, probably a little tired, but triumphant for having gotten there um, in good shape all around, in good time, and ready to take the next step in your trip, adventure, vacation, whatever. Replay is the opposite. It is visualizing something that has happened and changing something. The reason for this is because we have habits, we have things we have been trained to do, or we have trained ourselves to do. We have ruts in actions and reactions. If something happens, we have a reaction to it, sometimes in the brain, sometimes in the body. If you have done any kind of sports or physical activity like playing the piano, you know that there is muscle memory so that when something happens, you have an automatic action or reaction. In a sparring match, this comes, the body does that. As you have trained it in dancing, you know that this is going to do this, so the body prepares and does that. In playing the piano, you know this comes after that, most likely. And if this is a fumble, you know how to catch back up. So we train, and with repetition, we create a path, whether it is a physical movement or a mental one, which is why affirmations can work. Say something over and over and over again until you start believing it, until it becomes part of your truth, until it goes from here to here, until it becomes an automatic reaction. So we end up doing things maybe afterwards. Why did I do that? Um, or more accurately, here I am again. Um, and we want to be able to fix that. We want to be able to change that. We have choices in our actions, but not always in our reactions. How do we change something that has been trained over and over and over again? And we find, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Because that's what the brain thinks. That is how it is programmed. So we need to go in and reprogram it. And that is what the replay is for going back to the event, um, and saying, okay, this is what I think needs to change to have a different outcome, to have a different feeling. The example that brings on this today is yesterday I went to a friend's house, went and hung out, and by the end of it, coming home, I was very hungry and kind of obsessed with the book I was finishing and with having ice cream. So I was driving home just thinking, okay, I'm going home and I get to have ice cream and read my book. Ice cream and read my book. And so I got home and yep, I had all of the rest of the ice cream and read the book and then ended up eating a lot more and watching TV and not getting the dishes done. I like to have my dishes done. Um, and that 4 o'clock afternoon time is a really good time for me to do it. So here I am this morning, though it's almost afternoon actually. Um, it's been an interesting morning. And the dishes are still in the sink, and I'm thinking yesterday, going, yeah, well, I wish I had done something different. And the easiest thing to replay is to feel myself as I drive home, thinking, oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to get home. I'm going to have ice cream. I'm going to read the book. And I'm going to do the dishes. I have just been sitting around with my friend for the last 2, 3 hours, not being real active, not doing things that my head brain currently recognizes as getting things done. So when we get home, let's do the dishes, then have ice cream and read the book, and then probably lunch because it's about that time and I am hungry. Do the dishes. Okay. Driving home, ice cream book, do the dishes. Driving home, ice cream book, do the dishes. In fact, set up the ice cream, do the dishes, then you can eat it and read the book. Okay. Driving home, and then follow that visualization through. I get home, I come in, put my stuff down, set up dishes how I do it, get out ice cream as I do it, clean the dishes, put them as I would, get the ice cream, eat the ice cream, read the book. And then the rest of the evening feels different and it could change. I could get more stuff done. I could get the same amount of stuff done. I could get less done. But the thing I'm trying to change for this replay is getting the dishes done. So that this morning when I wake up, I'm like, okay, what's good today? What are my wins in the moment yesterday? And I did have some wins in the moment yesterday. I did not sit around and watch TV for the rest of the evening. I did come in and do some work on the happiness book and on the administrative stuff. But the thing I want to change is getting the dishes done too. So that is an example of replay, taking 5, 10 minutes to just sit and go back and do it differently. This is like the mind gym that some people talk about. It is a form of visualization. We are reprogramming the brain, and it will be after the fact. Next time, it may not click in, but I will realize sooner what I actually want to do and change, and I will go back and reprogram it again. I'll go back and reprogram it again. And eventually, I will be able to reprogram it before I do the action that frustrates me. This is a long-term practice. It really is. We have had however many years we have had, 50, to get to this point, to have these habits, to have the brain programmed the way that it is. So it is going to take a while to reprogram, which is why we also believe there is no right or wrong. There is no judgment. There is just what makes me feel happy. What is my truth in the moment? What do I want to change for me? What can I try? How did that work? And how do I feel? Got all that? All right. So that is today's happiness practice. To replay, to go back and change the past. Just one, just one thing, to let it flow differently. I hope you have a great day.